happening. I know you are humble minded. The rector leading the delegation for the cultural event of Organisation of Islamic Cooperation in partnership with Islamic University in Uganda. From here, we shall have opening prayer, and then we will go to the anthems, starting with the national anthem, the East African anthem, and the Uganda anthem. But the opening prayer. Where is the lady for the opening prayer?
Supposed to play again.
Can we have one?
Thank you, my dear guests, for your inspection. Allow me to continue with my demonstrations.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Our guests of honor, the OIC Assistant Secretary General, the Saudi Permanent Mission of the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation in Jeddah, our rector sir, our key with the salutations of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Indeed, it is with great pleasure that we receive you all to our. He is married and blessed with 6 children. His hobbies include reading and recreation, soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the rector of the Islamic University in Uganda, Professor Dr. Ismail Simbwa Jagenda, to come and make his remarks. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his ni'mah of good life, of health. May his salawat and barakat be on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your Excellency, the Assistant Secretary General, Humanitarian, Culture and Social Services of OIC, the permanent representative of the Royal Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to OIC, Your Excellency, the Director General, International Union of Muslim Scouts, and other dignitaries from OIC, different agencies, the Mufti of Uganda, represented by the Deputy Mufti, Your Excellencies, ambassadors, diplomatic corps, members of parliament, local leaders, my management, staff, students, and the general public. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today is a historic day. This week has been a historic week. For the first time in the history of Islamic University in Uganda, which is now 34 years old, the Secretariat of OIC has put its light on IUIU, Islamic University in Uganda. Over the past few days, we have had several meetings connected to Islamic University in Uganda. On Wednesday, the management committee of King Fahd Plaza, which is our only endowment now, Waqf, sat. The following day, the University Council sat, chaired by His Excellency Mr. Faisal Abdulaziz Azamel, who hails from Kuwait. We sat in Mbale. The following day, yesterday, over 2,200 young Muslims and non-Muslims from all over the world graduated and joined the world to shape it, to be part of the transformation with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that they have learned, they've gotten from IUIU. And today, that ceremony was headed, the graduation was headed by the chairman, but also represented by the Secretary General, by the Assistant Secretary General, Science and Technology, Ambassador Askar Masinov. Today, the Secretary General is being represented by the Assistant Secretary General, Humanitarian, Cultural and Social Services, Ambassador Tariq Ali Bakhit. So, OIC has sent two distinguished members of the top echelons to be here with us, one after the other. Takbir! Takbir! I don't know what is more important. Is it education or culture? I don't know. I think they are the same level, because if you don't know who you are, then why are you studying? And when you study when you don't know who you are, then it means you can be anything. So yesterday, education was stressed. Today is culture. It's up to you to tell us whether one is more important than the other. As far as I'm concerned, both of them are key to making a human being. And for us Muslims, Islamic culture is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. We are Muslims, that is it. End of the story. But that doesn't mean that we also don't love the others. Of course, in Uganda, we have Christians in different denominations, and we live side by side in peace. So, we are here to say that we are Muslims and we have different cultures, When you see me dressed like this is the way a Muganda man, Muslim, dresses, especially when they are going for nikah. You know, that's the most important time. So you go like this to beg somebody for the hands of their daughter. For me, I'm already spoken for. Dr. Warda is not here, but I'm allowed 3 others, but that's a different story. But this is the way we dress when we are going for marriage. When you go like this, they know that you're a Muslim Muganda or Muslim Ugandan. Because sometimes we borrow from each other. So Sudanese, our kanzu is different. It doesn't have big arms because the weather here is a bit cooler. But also this dress is interesting because we are very creative. When the Arabs brought the kanzu, we took it. Then the British brought the coat. We said, why bother? Let us just join the two. And so we got the kanzu from the Arabs and the coat from the British. You will never find a British man dressed like this. And you will never find an Arab dressed like this. This is Buganda. Very creative. And of course, you know the importance of this one. I don't have to talk about it. So, very creative. But the Nigerians became a little bit more, curious. For them, they created their own, and you'll see it. And the Sudanese decided that the small arms are not good. The big ones are better. And so forth and so forth. You are going to see this creativity as you go around. You are going to see zinzimia, like the one my grandmother used to have. You know, my grandmother was a very different human being. Allah arhamha still. Fatima would come to our home, which is a home of an imam, because my father was an imam, and she would come with her own brick. And one day I asked her, are we Catholics? Why are you coming with your own brick? We have brick. Then she said, Ismail, leave me alone. I have to come with my own brick because I don't trust that you'll be, So that is the Muslim culture at that time. They would come with their own bricks because they wanted to make sure that the time of Salah, there's no excuse. She will put the water and keep the brick with her. Then you are going to walk around and you are going to see all kinds of interesting artifacts. And then we have guests here who are going to show us Islamic calligraphy. How do you write those beautiful Quranic verses in very artistic way, in a way that inspires the soul. They've come all the way from Morocco, and the head, who is the chief, who is sits in Turkey, is also here. So we welcome all our international guests. There are over 20 international guests have come to partake of this. But Your Excellencies, our students, the scouts, you have already seen how the scouts have taken over my university beautifully, led by my professor Katerega, who taught me how to be a good man and a good Muslim a long time ago when I met her at Makerere University. Professor Katerega, I want to thank you. So that is my speech. It is coming from the heart. It is not written. I know some people are saying, why is he just talking? I mean, it is from my heart. Is that a problem? I'm speaking from my heart to all of you, and also to thank OIC for having chosen Uganda and IUIU to tell people that we are Muslims and we are different, but we are Muslims. The Somalis dress differently from the Nigerians, but we are all Muslims. The Baganda Muslims dress from the Banubi differently, but we are all Muslims. Diversity, unity in diversity. Unity in diversity. We all believe in La ilaha illallah, all of us. And so I don't want to take much time. The theme is culture, education, and development, experiences from the Muslim world. And the sponsors are OIC, Organisation of Islamic Cooperation, Directorate of Humanitarian, Cultural and Social Services, as well as Islamic University in Uganda. I want to thank the Secretariat, the Secretary General, and the visitors, the Assistant Secretary General, Humanitarian, Culture and Human Resources, the permanent representative of the Royal Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and all the other international guests who are here, including my friend, Professor Osman Murzi Kobo, who came all the way from Paris, where he was on sabbatical, but actually is domiciled in Ohio State University as a professor of Islamic history. He's the one really who's going to come and talk. I should leave talking to the people who know what to talk. And for me, I must thank my team, led by Dr. Halima Akbar, the academic registrar, who took on this committee organizing this, and we were led by officials from Jeddah, the two young men. If you don't mind, come here please and stand with me, please, because we were the organizers. Please come and introduce yourself and say salam, because I know that you spent a lot of time on this, please.
Hello everybody, happy to be here with you, brothers and sisters. It's a pleasure to be among you, to participate in this great event. But the whole credit goes to the Islamic University of Uganda. They have done a tremendous effort to get this event happen, and you are all welcome to this event.
What's your name?
My name is Hussein Ghazwi. I'm Director of Culture at the OIC. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, nice to meet you. Thank you very much for all. My name is Ghalib Husseinov. I also work for Cultural Affairs Department in OIC.
Thank you. So we held many virtual meetings with guidance and arguments and budgets and all that. So all this effort is really the two working together, OIC and IUIU, over many hours of work. And we are here today. Tomorrow we come back here until 1 o'clock. And then in the evening, invited guests will be at Africana Hotel to do the finale. So I welcome you, and now I have the honor to, I think, let me leave it to the organizers. Let me not mess up the program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Director in charge of cooperation with international organizations and has represented the OIC in many international and regional meetings. He has also served in the Sudanese Foreign Service in 1988 and served in different capacities within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Khartoum and in the Sudan's diplomatic missions in Lagos and in New York. In addition to the African Union, he has worked in several intergovernmental bodies, including the Arab League. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the Assistant Secretary General for the Humanitarian, Cultural and Social Affairs under the OIC, His Excellency Tariq Ali Bahid. You're welcome, sir.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف الخلق أجمعين. Excellency, the representative of the Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of Uganda, Professor Ismail, Rector of the Islamic University in Uganda, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests and delegates, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Allow me first, on behalf of the OIC Secretary General, Excellency Hussein Ibrahim Taha, to express my great pleasure for being here in this beautiful city of Kampala to attend with you this August gathering. So, Mr. Professor Ismail, this statement is from the Secretary General, although it's written speech, but it's from the heart of the OIC Secretary General. I would like to begin by expressing my profound thanks to the leadership of the Islamic University of Uganda for collaborating with the OIC and for working hard to make this unique cultural event happen. I also want to seize the opportunity to convey the General Secretariat's sincere gratitude to the government of the Republic of Uganda, the host country, for the continuous support extended to OIC, and particularly to the Islamic University in Uganda, to enable it to carry out its noble duty of training future leaders and making them good citizens willing to contribute to the development of their homeland. As an affiliated organ of the OIC, I take satisfaction at the commendable work carried out by the Islamic University in Uganda, and I would particularly express my appreciation to His Excellency Professor Ismail, Rector of the University, for his strong sense of leadership and his dedication to uphold the values of Islamic education and culture. The significant work carried out by IUIU is noted, commended, and appreciated. The programs and activities undertaken by IUIU, as well the outstanding service to the cause of promoting knowledge in the Islamic world, which integrates Islamic values with modern knowledge across all disciplines, are examples of such effective IUIU work. Indeed, the contemporary global crisis, especially in the Muslim world and the region of the OIC geography, have shifted the attention once again to the question of education and its prior contribution to finding the right answers to critical problems. In this regard, IUIU can play a significant role as a leading center of excellence in education, research, and innovation throughout the region in this dynamic of offering quality education and training to Ugandans and African youth in general to build their capacities and reinforce their talents. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, one of the priorities of the OIC General Secretariat is to promote, encourage, and work for more cultural exchange among member states. Such exchange would definitely contribute to enriching our common heritage within the Muslim Ummah and filling the cultural gaps and misunderstandings between Muslims and non-Muslims. We thus hope that this cultural activity will serve as a good example of what should be done to create cultural spaces, multiple interaction venues, and optimal outreach channels to connect Muslim communities within the OIC bigger family, while involving other non-Muslim communities in this positive dynamic of mutual understanding and cooperation. It is obvious that cultural diversity has been recognized as a significant factor for sustainable development and is now being seen as a fundamental element with an important role to play in poverty eradication and the protection and conservation of cultural and historical heritage. Cultural diversity, composed of the wealth of languages, ideas, religions, kinships, customs and traditions, artistic works, rituals, and other creative expressions has been a major factor of development. It is also a dynamic process within which cultural change can best be managed through intercultural dialogue, projecting a true image of our civilization and protecting its values and heritage are also among the main priorities objectives of the OIC agenda. In this regard, we aim to develop the Islamic University through cultural cooperation between our member states. At the same time, we aim to connect with and assist culturally the Muslim communities and minorities outside the member states as a way to encourage mutual understanding and dialogue with other cultures and share common aspects and the diversities of our heritage towards building constructive dialogues with peoples worldwide. I'm confident that such lofty objectives will be only set in the light of day with the necessary support of our member states. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the OIC believes that education and science are the main tools for human development and well-being, and thus have to be at the top of our agenda and plans of actions. The progress and prosperity of societies also always depend on their investment in education and scientific research. There is a need to equip the youth, women, and children's vulnerable segments of society with proper education and scientific knowledge. Having access to education is not only a necessity, but also the right of every person. In today's world, science and technology offer answers to shared threats of poverty, spread of diseases, climate change, food and water security, among others. Science and technology can also help us in seizing common opportunities in promoting peace and sustainable development. Recognizing this imperative, the first OIC Summit on Science and Technology held in September 2017 in Kazakhstan adopted a 10-year program of action. The OIC Science and Technology and Innovation STI Agenda 2026, which makes recommendations with specific targets for the development of science, technology, and innovation in the Muslim world. Ladies and gentlemen, since the beginning of 2020, the world troubled by COVID-19 pandemic, which had put the entire humanity into serious trouble at levels with expected long-term social, cultural, economic, and political impacts on all segments of our societies, particularly on youth. The engagement of youth at local, national, and global levels has proven to be the most indicative way towards the required concerted global action to effectively address the vast majority of challenges that humanity currently faces, as COVID-19 outbreak and the fight against radicalization and violence. I'm glad to inform you that within the framework of supporting youth, the OIC has adopted the OIC Youth Strategy with significant sustainable policies for the empowerment of youth. The OIC General Secretariat stands thus ready for cooperation with all member states as well as institutions and partners working in the field of youth and leadership in many activities that would contribute to strengthening youth capabilities and activating their role in the Islamic world. Finally, I wish also on behalf of OIC Secretary to express and to wish access to the distinguished IUIU and the leadership, students, and all staff members for their efforts and contributions to the success of this important event. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And thank you all for your attention.
Excellencies, our guest of honor, at this point, we are moving with our program, and we are going to receive the remarks from His Excellency, the Saudi Permanent Mission of the OIC in Jeddah, and also the Deputy of the President of the Islamic Solidarity Fund, is none other than Professor Dr. Saleh Hamad Al-Suhaibani. Your Excellency, we welcome you.
خلقناكم من شعوب وقبائل لتعارفوا والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء وسيد المرسلين أيها الأخوة والأخوات صاحب المعالي مدير الجامعة البروفيسور إسماعيل سمبو صاحب السعادة الأمين العام المساعد لمنظمة التعاون الإسلامي للشؤون الإنسانية والثقافية سعادة ممثل وزارة التعليم العالي صاحب السعادة أمين عام الاتحاد العالمي للكشاف المسلم فضيلة مفتي أوغندا أصحاب السعادة أيها السيدات والسادة أيها الطلاب والطالبات السلام عليكم سلام محبة وشكر يشع نورها في فضاء كمبالا سعادة وفرحا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. His Excellence started by praising the Almighty Allah who has enabled us to gather here. He is the one who created us in different nations and races for the purpose of understanding one another. Then he praised and thanked Allah for his choosing Prophet Muhammad being the messenger who did his role to propagate the mission. Then protocolarly he welcomed and thanked the presence of the rector and Dr. Professor Simbwa, Ismail Jagenda, the assistant OIC secretary, and the representative from Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And Musepi Mota. And I'm so sorry to speak in Arabic because my specialization as I am a professor in university teaching Arabics. And this is the holy language as you know. So please allow me to speak in Arabic while we have a very good mashallah translator. Thank you so much.
سيدي أعتذر للخطأ أنه سيستخدم اللغة العربية هي لغتي الرسمية
in English. Sorry, in English. You translate in English. I translate in English.
لأنكم تحدثتم بالعربية أنا
أي نعم أوكي.
أيوة بإنجليزي.
طيب اسمحوا لي أن أمزق هذه الورقة لأنها لا تستطيع أن تتحمل عبارات الشكر والتقدير والامتنان والسعادة لأوغندا وللشعب الأوغندي المضياف.
So His Excellency has just torn the paper, that just a simple paper. He can't put all his gratitude and thankfulness to the people of Uganda and all who had put their effort to organize this event.
كما أن ما نعيشه وإياكم من حرارة جو جميل هو بلا شك ما وجدناه من حرارة مشاعر ومن استقبال رائع ومن أنشطة وفعاليات جميلة.
That this ideal and moderate weather you have, we have not only seen it as a weather per se, but even in among the people, the way you welcomed us and the way you received us shows also the temperate heart you have in mind.
شكرا. أصحاب السعادة أيها السيدات والسادة اسمحوا لي بأن أقول لكم بأن الملابس الجميلة التي نلبسها وحدثنا عنها معالي مدير الجامعة لن يكون لها قيمة أو أثر بعد 5 سنوات لأنها ستبلى.
So he is saying that the dress he's putting on, as the Vice Rector talked about it, after 5 years, maybe you may not see it.
كذلك الكراسي الجميلة الفاخرة التي نجلس عليها الآن قد لا يكون لها فائدة بعد 5 أو 7 أو 8 سنوات.
So everything expensive to you, like the seats, maybe after 5 years you may not see them still having that essential importance to you.
ولكن مثل هذه الأنشطة والفعاليات هي بلا شك سيكون لها أكبر القيمة والفائدة ليس بعد 5 أو 10 بل بعد مئات السنين بإذن الله تعالى للطلاب والطالبات.
So such events which display the cultures and most of the culture of Islam, this one has no time limit. Even after 25 years, we shall have it as esteemed culture and issues of great importance.
لا سيما وأن هذا الموضوع مرتبط بالثقافة والتعليم والتنمية في العالم الإسلامي، باعتبار أن هذا الحدث هو منصة دولية للمؤسسات الثقافية والتعليم العالي.
So also as the culture is to empower education, civilization, it is very important that we focus a lot on its exhibition and its fair.
لذلك لن ينسى الطلاب والطالبات ولا حتى كوادر الجامعة وأساتذتها هذا النشاط الذي في الواقع بلا شك سوف يترك أثرا لديهم، لا سيما أن هناك موضوعات عن ريادة الأعمال وعن القيادة وبناء القدرات، فهنيئا للجامعة أن تقوم وتتولى تنظيم مثل هذا الحدث العالمي الرائع.
So this international exhibition, it will as a must leave a mark, not only in the students of this institution, but even in the lecturers, so we have to take it as an important event.
ولذلك نتطلع من خلال هذا الحدث، من خلال تنظيم الجامعة وبحضور هذه الوجوه كلها من البروفيسورات والأساتذة وكذلك الشباب والشابات ومن مختلف الدول، أن نتطلع أن يستفيد الجيل الجديد من هذه الثقافات والتجارب في سبيل بناء جسور من التسامح والتعارف وتبادل أيضا التجارب الرائعة والتقارب ونشر ثقافة التسامح التي هي من قيم الإسلام السمحة.
So as the intention of this occasion of culture, whereby we are passing on the values of the Islamic culture, these delegates, the professors, doctors, and the youth, the population at large, we take it to be an event that will make a mark.
رسالتي الثانية هي بأن المملكة العربية السعودية الذي أنا واحد من أبنائها وأفتخر بذلك، وهي قبلة المسلمين وموئل الرسالة النبوية رسالة الرحمة، قد قدمت للجامعة الكثير من المساعدات المباشرة وغير المباشرة.
As a representative of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia being the heart and the center of the Muslims, it has done a lot to see that the university still float and with the program being helped so that they put in place.
ونحن إذ نشكر حكومة أوغندا وما قدمته حقيقة من مساعدات وتسهيلات وأرض وأساتذة وكذلك جهود كبيرة في سبيل أن تصل الجامعة إلى ما وصلت إليه من تقدم وازدهار.
I take this opportunity to thank the government of Uganda for all its effort it has put in buying the land, helping the academic staff to see that the university has reached its height the way it is now.
فالمملكة العربية السعودية كما تعرفون هي أكبر مساهم في ميزانية الأمانة العامة لمنظمة التعاون الإسلامي وفي صندوق التضامن الإسلامي.
So the Islamic Organization of Cooperation is through the Saudi Arabia. They are the major funders of this institution, and they have done a lot in its donate to this institution year in, year out.
وما وقف الملك فهد بلازا إلا جزء من هذا الدعم، وكذلك وجودي بينكم حقيقة رغم كثرة المشاغل إلا تأكيدا لدعم المملكة لهذه الجامعة، وستواصل الدعم بإذن الله لهذه الجامعة لتصل إلى مستويات أعلى.
So cited one example of the donations the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has extended to this university. The King Fahd Plaza, which is situated in the heart of the city Kampala, has a big endowment for this institution, and allowing them with their big tasks ahead of them to be with you here. It is a gesture of the heart the Saudi Arabian government has to see that this university grows and reach its heights.
لأنكم حقيقة أنتم أيها الأساتذة وكذلك الطلاب ورثة الأنبياء كما ورد في الحديث.
So he's saying that the lecturers as the trustees of the knowledge, and the students, because you are looking for knowledge, you are the vicegerent of the messengers of Allah, as it is in the hadith.
الرسالة الثالثة وقبل الأخيرة بأن العالم كما تعرفون يتغير بسرعة والتعليم يتطور بشكل أسرع، لذا يجب أن ننتقل في الجامعة من تقديم المعرفة إلى مرحلة أكثر أهمية وهي التدريب والتعليم وتبادل الخبرات.
So the third issue before the last one is that the world is moving on very fast, more so as we are living in the generation which is known as the information age. We need also the university to take the same pace.
وكيفية توظيف هذه المعرفة للحياة لدى الطلاب والتركيز على الاقتصاد المعرفي واستثمار كذلك هذا الميدان وما فيه من معطيات في سبيل توظيفها لتدريب وتعليم الطلاب.
So in that arena is that we have to empower our students not to be job seekers, but also to be job creators by the education this university should give in.
وما هذا الحدث إلا جزء من هذا الانتقال حقيقة من المعرفة إلى تبادل الخبرات والتجارب.
And this just a part on what the efforts of this waves around they make.
فالحكمة الجديدة تقول قل لي سوف أنسى، ولذلك ربما الله أعطانا أذنين ليدخل الكلام من هنا ويخرج من الأخرى، ولكن أرني أشركني معك حتى أفهم وأتقن.
So he has given us a simple analogy that whatever you hear sometimes it may evaporate, but what you see ever it stays.
ولذلك أنا أؤكد بأن التطبيق والتدريب كما تعرفون هو الدرجة الأولى الآن، وأجزم أنه سيكون له البرامج الأعلى في الجامعة، فهي التي تثري الجامعات وتفيد الطلاب في الوقت الحالي.
So he's saying that educating and experimenting, that's the only way that we can help the students, and that is the gesture in among the speeches that and the meeting we have done with the university. That's the line they are in also.
لذلك أحيي هذه الجامعة بإدارتها وكوادرها الفاعلة وطلابها وطالباتها.
So he's appraising the university for that move of empowering the students with the knowledge and the practical part for their employment.
وأدعو نفسي وإياهم من أساتذة وطلاب ومسؤولين بإخلاص النية بالعمل، وكذلك أذكرهم بحديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له طريقا إلى الجنة.
So is in his speech concluding with the hadith that we have to be very diligent and dedicated in our work, whereby because we are on a noble trend, because Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that he's somebody who seeks or go out to seek knowledge is as if is on a path of entering Jannah.
في النهاية أود أن أزجي الشكر خالصا لحكومة جمهورية أوغندا وللشعب الأوغندي المضياف، والشكر كذلك الجزيل لا ينتهي لمعالي مدير الجامعة الإسلامية في أوغندا ولزملائه كافة على حسن الحفاوة وكرم الاستقبال والترحيب وجمال الترتيب لهذه الفعالية الرائعة.
As I conclude, I once again thank the government of Uganda for its effort for it gives this university, as well as thanking unlimited thanks goes to the rector of the university for his efforts to see that the university rises its tide.
والشكر موصول كذلك للأمانة العامة لمنظمة التعاون الإسلامي على حسن التنسيق والمتابعة ممثلة بهذه الكوادر الرائعة الذين كانوا ينسقون لهذه الفعالية منذ عدة أشهر.
So he's also thanking the Assistant General of OIC for his efforts. He's also telling to the university and also for this occasion to take place.
وكذلك لجميع المشاركين والمشاركات من مختلف الدول والجامعات وكذلك للمنظمات سواء نرسيكا أو الجهات الأخرى أو الاتحاد العالمي للكشاف المسلم فالشكر لهم جميعا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
So conclusively, I thank also all the participants, international and the local exhibitant set it up the ASICA. Thank you very much and God bless you.
والشكر لك أنت أخي على هذه الترجمة الرائعة. السلام.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, in your different capacities, a young man started his academic career. He did his bachelor's at the City College of New York in 1992. He then proceeded for a master's in international relations at the City College of New York in 1995. He attained his PhD in history at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in 2005. He has served as a visiting professor of African history at Marquette University and Gettysburg College before joining the history department in 2006. He is well known for his research and his teaching, which includes the 20th century West African social and religious history, and has written many books, including Unveiling Modernity in West Africa, Islamic Reforms from 1950 to 2000. He has also served and dedicated his time to organizing West African Muslim communities in the city of Columbus. Under his leadership, Muslims from Ghana have their own mosque or purchased their own masjid and created their own madrasa. His commitment to the Muslim communities demonstrated by his initiatives in creating Muslim charters and Muslim elementary schools in the city of Columbus. Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed privileged and we are indeed honored to have such an esteemed Muslim scholar in our, a Muslim scholar in our midst, a professor in Islamic history. I request you to join hand in listening and asking Professor Kobo Osman Mazrui Murzik. I'll repeat that. Professor Osman Murzik Kobo. We are really, really privileged to have you with us to give the keynote address.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Sister Dr. Halima Akbar, thank you so much for that very generous introduction. Now, Your Excellency, the Rector of IUIU, Professor Jaganda, the staff of IUIU, faculty and students of the university, other patrons and organizers of this event, I invite you to join me in recognizing the presence of highly distinguished guests representing the leadership and patrons of the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation. There are many other honorable, distinguished leaders from various sectors of the government of Uganda, as well as guests who have come here because they value IUIU so much, including me. The fact that these great individuals have traveled long distances to be here is a testimony of how high they regard the place of African Muslim cultures and education in the formation of productive young Muslim youths. We are very grateful to all the guests. Now, it is a privilege and a great honor to have been invited to speak about culture, education, and development. They go together. I would like to pause and comment about what Professor Jaganda said. He described this as Uganda or Uganda, and the one on top as being British. Where is the African? Which one represents the African? And I know the African is there. At any rate, I would like to emphasize the undisputable importance of continuing the support of African Muslim youths in a global environment of cultural fluidity, one that threatens the purity of our faith and the purity of our cultures. That's what I'm going to talk about. In doing so, I will offer a little bit of history. I'm a historian by training. What do you expect? A little bit of history in order to place our current experiences in historical perspectives. I hope to conclude that educating young African Muslims is crucial in preparing Africa's future leaders to be global citizens who will respect other cultures even as they seek to preserve their own, on the spirit of peaceful coexistence among diverse human experiences. But before we proceed, Professor Jaganda asked, what is the difference between education and culture? So I would like to take a moment to define what I mean by culture and education, and to put the two in conversation with each other. Would that satisfy you, sir? By culture, we mean the systems of norms, values, belief systems, customs, laws, morality, cuisine, the food we eat, and knowledge. Knowledge is part of the processes of producing culture as a way for people to identify themselves. And I mentioned knowledge last deliberately because knowledge is the living cell of culture. Knowledge is the living cell of culture. Knowledge creates, sustains, and propagates a specific culture. But knowledge can also be deployed to undermine or destroy a culture. From this perspective, then, whoever controls knowledge controls culture. And I'm going to repeat this important point. Whoever controls the infrastructure for producing and disseminating knowledge also controls culture. The idea that culture is a living cell, knowledge is a living cell of culture, meaning that when knowledge dies, a culture can also die with it, is a core, is the center of Muslims' passion for knowledge. Without knowledge to guide our faith and practices, our deen will wither away. Islam therefore provides critical example of the sensitivity between knowledge and culture. Islam provides the means by recognizing the sensitive relationship between knowledge and culture. Authentic knowledge creates and shapes authentic what? Culture. We hear the cliche often that Islam is a way of life. That is absolutely true. Islam pervades, Islamic law, Islamic culture pervades everything that we do, including what we eat and how we eat. Knowledge is important for Muslims, and for us, acquiring knowledge is not a privilege, it's a requirement of our faith. You cannot be a Muslim or practice Islam ignorantly, choosing what you want to do and how you want to do it. You have to learn how to do it and do it right. Knowledge marked the beginning of our deen when the Prophet ﷺ was instructed to say what? Iqra. But Islam, when Muslims obtain knowledge, Islam also encourages the pluralization of knowledge, the spread of knowledge. Islam, in fact, is one of the only religions in which no particular elite has a hegemony in the production and dissemination of knowledge. Anyone who is interested in knowledge, according to Islam, would have access to knowledge. And it is this Islam's openness and allowing the acquisition of knowledge that allowed Muslims to dominate the world for more than 1,000 years. This domination, the sad part of it, ended around late 1400 when the Spaniards defeated the last remnants of Muslim rule in Andalusia, southern Spain. The hallmark was in 1492 when a Catholic priest ordered the destruction and burning of over 500,000 manuscripts of Muslim religions, laws, arts, and sciences. 500,000, that's 500,000. And I can put this in perspective when you read the literature. The library in Europe during this time, which has a huge collection of literature, had only 1,000 manuscripts. Bishop Cisneros' bonfire in 1492 marked the decline of Muslims' global hegemony on knowledge. And that decline subjected our cultures to foreign dominations. By the way, the immediate impact, dread and insult. It hurts to be rejected and it's morally wrong to be discriminated against. But the reality remains that when we lack leverage, we will experience blatant injustice, openly or in subtle ways. Persist until today in the form of massive information machines that are coming at us with jet speed. Our youths and the future generation are therefore vulnerable to these forces of cultural invasion. We need to empower them, as one of the delegates suggested, empower them with authentic and qualitative knowledge produced in an authentic Islamic environment. Let me draw a very quick conclusion. distinguished guests and distinguished patrons, and all other humble people who are here with us, we humbly place the responsibilities of empowering our youth to preserve our cultural heritage in the hands of the leaders you see here. They have the resources, they have the manpower, I believe they have the political will. But maybe we need to tease that political will in order for them to act. We can serve our deen in the tradition and the traditions it has produced by expanding Islamic schooling throughout Africa, especially in Muslim minority nations such as Uganda, Ghana, Kenya, and many others, but also in the Muslim majority nations. And we should do this with keen attention to quality. We recognize the challenges, including recruiting qualitative faculty, and we can have private conversations about what kind of strategies we may adopt. At any rate, we need more IUIU. We need more IUIU. We need more IUIU. Atakbir! Why do we need more IUIU? Because we are all witnesses to its success in less than 40 years. In Islam, 40 years is key. They have not, IUIU has not even hit the mark, but it has made tremendous success, progress, in whatever way you want to look at it. And I give the credit partly to those who worked so hard to achieve that objective, but I also give a bulk of the credit for those who initiated it in the first instance, OIC. Those of us who live in the Muslim minority nations know this very well. I was blessed as a child to attend a Presbyterian primary school, an Anglican middle school, and a Catholic secondary school. In the course of all these different stages, attempts were made by my peers to convert me to Christianity. I resolutely defended myself and even worked very hard to win the first prize in Bible knowledge in order to spite my friends and to tell them I am not abandoning my Quran. I used myself as an example, but there are millions of that example. I believe there are some sitting here and there and there and there who have had similar experiences. Only Allah built our tenacities to be able to hold on to our deen. Dear distinguished guests, if I'm talking about this, it is not something we should ignore. Today as we speak, a large number of Muslims are being converted. A converted Pentecostalist. This is profound. How do we protect ourselves? Perhaps we, at this level, may not be that vulnerable, but our youths, our future generation, our youths are vulnerable. Please, let us pay very close attention to them. Let us help them to defend and protect themselves, to preserve their deen in themselves, and to pass that deen on to future generations. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I thank you very much for your kind attention.
Event at the opening ceremony. I beg that you stand up and we have a standing ovation to our eminent scholar for that very precise lecture. Barakallahu fikum wa jazakallahu khair. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your patience. We are now soon coming to the end of this inaugural session. I would like at this point to request and to invite our chief guest to make his remarks and to open the exhibition of the OIC IUIU Cultural Event that is going to take 2 days, the 11th and the 12th. We have in our midst the Minister of Education, represented here by the Assistant Commissioner for Higher Education, Ministry of Education and Sports. He is none other than our elder and also our scholar, our administrator. He even serves on the subcommittee of council. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in inviting Mr. Muzammil Mukwatampula as our guest of honor today.
Thank you, MC, for the words of introduction. Your Excellencies, the OIC's Assistant Secretary General, His Excellency from the Saudi Permanent Mission of the OIC in Jeddah, the Deputy Mufti of Uganda, the University Rector, Professor Ismail Jagenda, all dignitaries here present, our hosts, the director of this campus, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am happy to join you and the entire IUIU fraternity at this cultural event under the theme Culture, Education and Development. I'm privileged to have been asked to represent the Honorable Minister of Education responsible for higher education, who had been delegated to be here on behalf of the Minister of Education and Sports. Unfortunately, because of other equally important state duties, he was unable to come and so asked me to represent him. So I'm here in that capacity. I thank you very much, management of IUIU, for having organized this cultural event. It is important for us as humanity to appreciate the cultural diversity in us. Like the earlier speaker who read one verse of the Quran, saying that we are created in tribes and maybe clans so that we may understand each other better. So I want to applaud the Islamic University in Uganda, appreciating the diverse nature of all the stakeholders in this university for having organized this cultural show to help all of us appreciate the difference in our cultures, despite the fact that we are all Muslims. When I was sent here, I was not told to read any speech, but to come and appreciate the cultural diversity here and to thank the people behind this effort. I want to thank our guests from Jeddah, our keynote speaker from the US, our guests from the United Arab Emirates, and all of you for your presence and contribution towards this show. Similarly, I would like to congratulate the management and staff of IUIU for having successfully completed the graduation ceremony that was held yesterday. Is it the 30th? The 30th graduation ceremony of the Islamic University that was held yesterday, during which over 2,000 students were passed out, were graduated. I salute IUIU on her significant contribution to the development of the human capital badly needed in this country, in the areas of education, in the areas of management, in science, in medicine, in law. I was very happy, I was impressed when I saw the second, third cohort of the medical doctors trained by the Islamic University in Uganda. Congratulations, congratulations over that achievement. You are joining those giants in this country who have been in the lead in producing the medical personnel in this country. As government, as Ministry of Education and Sports, we are very, very proud. We are very proud of the Islamic University in Uganda, not only because it is the first non-public university in this country, but because of its continued contribution towards the human resource in the country. In many places we go to, we find the graduates of IUIU and their performance has been second to none. Graduates of IU, thank you very much for making us proud as a country. I want to applaud the OIC, the council, management and staff, and all partners in the development of this university for your contribution in the last 34 years of IUIU's existence. Our prayer is that this effort continues to see to it that many of our people, many Ugandans many Ugandans continue to access the badly needed education in higher levels. With those few remarks, Mr. Rector, Mr. Assistant General of OIC, I'm going to stop at that. I will report to the First Lady and the Honorable Minister of Education, together with the Honorable Minister of State for Higher Education, all that I have observed here. And I think at an appropriate time, we shall request the Honorable Minister to come and visit the university. It may not be a ceremony like this one, but maybe to come on a routine and visit the people of the university. I thank you very much for listening to me. I was asked to open the exhibition. Can I say now that the exhibition is officially opened? Thank you very much for listening to me, for God and my country. Assalamu alaikum.
The Director, Arua Campus, Mr. Dramani, will lead us in the closing prayer. We shall then have the anthems, where our scouts we will use these moments to explain a little bit of what is happening in these 2 days. We are really privileged and we are honored that the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation requested the Islamic University in Uganda to host the cultural event, and it is the first time that this cultural event is organized through the OIC is coming to Africa. And as Islamic University in Uganda, we were indeed honored and privileged that we were given this trust. And during these 2 days, the 11th and the 12th of June 2022, we will be having different exhibitions. If you look around the room or you look around this venue today, we have different exhibitors and we are showcasing cultures from the Muslim world. We are indeed honored to have over 20 delegations that have come internationally to come and participate in this event. We are showcasing the artifacts, we are showcasing calligraphy, we are showcasing the attires. If you look in that corner, we have the Sekawaka Memorial Foundation. They are showcasing how the kanzus, the traditional kanzus, are being made using the, hands and so on. We have calligraphy, as I'd said, and very, very interestingly, please don't go without looking at what we have in our exhibition here. We have the Uganda Museum and Research Center. You should be going there to see who is who and when did things happen. Please don't go away without going through the stalls and looking at what we have there. We are really indeed privileged to have the International University of Technology, all the way from Bangladesh. They're here with us. We have the Nubian culture. We'll be exhibiting all our local cultures, and you can see the modifications that have come in them with the influence of Islam. We have the Quran competitions which have already started, and they will be running in the mosque all the way for the 2 days. We have the different recitations of the Quran, the Qiraat, that is wonderful to listen to. So we'll be having the Adhan competitions. We know that that's one of the most beautiful calls in history. And as Muslims, we really value the Adhan. So we'll be showcasing the different ways our students will be competing, and also students from elsewhere will be competing in the Adhan competitions. We will be having presentations about culture, education, and development. So please, would like you to be around with us for these 2 days here at the Islamic University in Uganda Females Campus, where we'll be exhibiting all these. You can move from one event to another. And inshallah, tomorrow we'll have the closing ceremony to crown it all, and we'll also be looking at the House of Umbogo, where we're going to follow the Islamic influence through the kingdom. We'll also be having the Nubian palace exhibited there, and once again all the other people that will be joining us also at the Hotel Africana to close this 2-day event. Please don't go away without having a feel of the Muslim culture and what we are bringing in also and contributing. Thank you very much. We're really honored that you're here with us. We will have the exhibition, and our guest of honor will be leading that tour of the exhibition. We would like now to have the closing prayer. Dramani, Director, Kampala Campus, are you with us? Okay. Don't forget also that we have the presentation from the International Scouts Union. So please, we'll have a 2-day event, and we have lectures from 2 to 4, and we're really honored that they are part of this exhibition. International Union of Muslim Scouts. So, we're going to have the closing prayer and then the anthem. Yes. I can see that Mr. Dramani has walked out of the venue, but we have Asia. Asia, can you lead us in the closing prayer? Thank you very much. He's walked out. Wait. Just one moment. Okay.
This one, shape.
And then the smoke begins in the cells not to be contaminated. So this is the stuff that comes from these are sweet potatoes. Yeah, so we eat a lot of vegetables and greens from the western region. So we mix them with beans, we mix them with peas. Yeah, and then we eat them with sweet potatoes. That's why they are
Sweet potatoes?
Yeah.
Why you are so good? Because you keep eating.
So twine ebitakuli hamwe n'ekishoma turakora n'ebihimba twagira eshabwe ey'abanyankole barakozesa bigi.
Kubanga enzikiza walayi yasomyemu. Ogira?
Banyaktara, your time is on. Nigerian community, just remain there. This event is just for 3 minutes. Just remain there. Immediately you go up the stairs. Thank you. Please go ahead, Banyaktara. Banyaktara.
doki linzami tafiya shawa ne ga karamar ki babba.
Ina wuni baba? Ina wuni baba?
Lafiya lau Fatima, ya kike? Amina? Ya karatu ya kuma da kuma. Da fatan dai babu matsala ko? Everything is okay? Okay, fine.
As you can see, the king seems to like his daughter more than he likes the son. He has acknowledged the daughter. It seems he has a favorite child. Okay, so...
Mijina, ya kake? Mijina ya kake? Amina ta ce wai wanda ke santa zai zo ya ganka anjima. So muna neman izini.
So the first wife and her daughter have informed the king that the daughter has gotten her husband that she wishes to marry. The king has given the approval for the suitor to come in and meet him.
Baba gaskiya wannan bayi bane. Ni da Amina nan ne dukan mu yayanka ne. Amma lokacin da nazo na gaishe ka, kai banza da ni, amma ita da yake ita da yarka ka fi santa a kaina. Ka an samu ta gaisuwanta, ni kai banza da ni. Baba mai nama me yasa kike min haka cin gidan nan?
Gaskiya sarki abin da kake yi bai kamata ba. Bai kamata a ce dan tilanka ya zo yana gaisuwanka baka ansa ba. Da guda ɗaya naka ya zo yana gaisuwanka baka ansa ba. Gaskiya abin da kai ba bai kamata ba. Auren kuma a yi magani.
Oh, it seems there's tension. The second wife and her son seem very angry because of the treatment that they're receiving from the king, and now they have angrily stormed out of the gathering. Let's see what happens next. Okay, what we have here is what a lot of you all know as juju, which is known as witchcraft in Nigeria. The second wife and her son seem to be conspiring to come and meet the witchcraft to solve their problems. So is refusing salam because she's an evil.
Me ke tafe da ke baiwar Allah? Shut up! I already know what brought you to me. Aren't you the wife of Baba Ismail? Isn't he the king of this kingdom? Doesn't he show partiality? Yarinya hankalinki ya huta. Kin zo daidai inda za a miki aiki. Aiki na kamar yankan wuka yake, there is no doubt about it. What do you want me to do to them? Do you want me to kill them? Do you want me to make them infertile? Okay. Choose among these bits and you give me. Hurry!
anasikia raha, jamani anasikia raha, anaitaka
somo ya harusi jamani, vigelegele kwake.
Jamani ananililia, ananivuta, ananishikilia, ananishik mimi nitampatia mama upepo kisulisuli, upepo kibunga upepo kisulisuli,
tunashangilia harusi jamani,
upepo kisuli upepo kisulisuli. Anaitaka minamkatalia, nisipompa jamani ananililia, ananivuta, ananishikilia, ananishik mimi nitampatia mchezi wote iligoma sila
jamani Waswahili tuna mila zetu
turuke wote mliolala ndani leo tucheze wote minalikata
Called the movies. By starting with the process, these are the plantations, banana plantations that we have in Africa, particularly in Uganda, and these sweet bananas were cutting across of Baganda, Bantu people, that includes Baganda, Basoga, Banyoli, Bagwere, and so on, but particularly Bantu people who could make this juice. The process you are seeing, the peeling of the outer part of the sweet bananas. We have chosen to use the one they call from wheat. By then the cow shells. The shillings came later. Could use it to buy the items, complements of this to use at home. This is all development. We are now where it begins. So continue with as our process moves, because it is we all know it is not easy. Where they use it to get this juice from is not simple. It's a process, and it was characterized that this juice
For making it up today for the Nubians and coming. Sorry. I'm so happy to have you guys here. Before you are the Nubians, I'm going to talk about the Nubians generally. Nubians. Nubians are the queens of Africa. Nubians are the mothers of Africa. Nubians are the beauty generally of Africa. Nubian is an Islamic culture which is generally practiced by many Muslims in Africa, and it's constituting of decency. It's a formulation between the intermarriaging between different African countries, and it's a combination of Swahili, Arabs, Bagandas, Basoga, Bagisus, and many other tribes in Africa. Isn't that a priority? And there's one funny thing about us Nubians. No matter the boundary, no matter the country, no matter the continent, the culture is never changed. We have the same attire, the same dancing, everything is just the same. That's the priority about us Nubians. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me introduce you from my sides. A queen from Junuba, a queen from Kibra, and a queen myself from Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me introduce you the Nubians who are going to present for you a poem entitled The Nubian Queens. Thank you so much for listening.
No Muslims, slaves of Allah, created to serve Him, the owner of the majesty and honor. We are His preferred creation, chosen above all the rest, to carry His message both wide and far. That's why He puts us to the test. He blessed us with the choice to obey Him and the mind to understand each situation. How very noble is our great station, for He honored us with the identity of Islam, and He made us to be the very best of man. All Muslims, all servants of Allah, you are more valuable than any product by far, and never in this world forget who you are. Though through this you will find eternal serenity and never pay for anything with your blessed identity. Thank you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا بالأسماء زينب صالح عبد الحميد وسأقدم لكم القصيدة طلب العلم.
بارك عليه الجنة ونعيمها سعد لمن يصلي ويسلم ويبارك عليه. أبتدئ الإملاء باسمي ذات العلية مستدرة فيض البركات على ما أنا له وأولاه. اللهم صل وسلم عليه. وأثني بحمد موارده سائغة حنية صلى الله عليه منطفئا من الشكر الجميل مطايا. وأصلي وأسلم على النور الموصوف بالتقدم والأولية المعتقل في غرر الكريمة والجباه. اللهم صل وسلم عليه. وأستمنع الله تعالى الرضوان يخض العترة الطاهرة النبوية صلى الله ويعم الصحابة والأتباع ومن والاه. اللهم صل وسلم عليه. وأستنجد بهداية للسلوك الصلب الواضحة الجلية صلى الله عليه وحفظا من دين صلاتي وتسليم. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه. صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. نتواسى بالجلالة والذي جاء بالرسالة نتواسى.
No matter the country, the boundaries, the continent, the culture never changes. Guess what? We have different Nubians from different countries here. We have the Kenyans, the Congolese, the Sudanese. So enjoy.
Thank you. But I just wanted to throw more light about Busoga for those who may wish to give us a visit. The way I'm dressed here, this is how the Busoga dress when they are going to attend any event which is special in nature. For example, this one. That is enough. When that time comes, of course, you will see what we mean the talent of dancing. For security in Busoga, our tools of security is the shield and the spear. Those are our local tools of security. For communication, we use drums. And that's what I can say about Busoga currently as per agenda. Thank you so much. Abasoga tubende ino kode yabakagwa.
Eradde bassebo ne bannyabo tusabayo eddakiika nnya zokka n'obutawera okugezaako okwolesa kino. Nja kutandikira ebuuyi bweri. Nazzukuno nkuba za mbogo oba Abaganda baalinga bakozi nnyo era baali bayizi.
Ah!
is known as dira. I think everyone knows it. We also call it bati in our language. And this is also how our flag looks like, the Somali flag. And this is the hijab, the usual hijab that we wear. This is also another dira. These are the old diras that we used to use long time ago. This is how they look like. And then next we have for you our traditional dance. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bama Saba? Bama Saba oye! Bama Saba oye!
Chala omusiramu ku females campus tukusubira okwambala gomesi bw'obanga oli mukyala muganda nga bwe mulaba abakyala abo bwe banekedde muteekeko ebitambala oba ekyesibizibwa oteekeko akatambala ku mutwe nga bwe mulaba bawomye for the fact being nti females campus eri mu central part of Uganda where the Kabaka is the leader. Thank you so much. Please, you can take a walk of honor so that the people can actually witness and observe the beauty of the mighty campus.
So when we speak about the Swahili culture, we are not specifically speaking about an African tradition, but rather a combination of two different cultures, that is to say, the Arab culture and the people of Bantu from the eastern coast of Africa. So in front of you, we are the first people to represent the first group of the Swahili people. We are the Bajuni people. We dress in this is known as a kanga. The kanga is the essence of the culture of the Swahili.
The Igbo are from the southeastern Nigeria. The husband normally dresses in this attire. This is chitenge with a singlet. But then the Igbos normally don't wear pants. But because it is an Islamic school and this is an Islamic culture showcasing, that is why he's wearing pants and he is wearing these necklaces. These necklaces are made out of gold and diamond. Then the wife, Igbo normally have one wife. The wife is also wearing these beads. All these shiny stuff are gold. And she is wearing this expensive cape. And she is wearing also an attire like him, so they have to match. And be Beyonce and Jay-Z. Thank you.
Igwe! Igwe! Ibokwelu! Ibokwelu! Ibokwelu!
This function, we are so much honored. I also want to thank the DPC Chengera for being around with us. Thank you for being at the scene. We are so much honored to be with you. Assistant Superintendent of Police, Amity Geoffrey, you are most welcome and thank you for attending this Islamic culture exhibition. Thank you very much. I don't know which cultural group is near there.
Ngambye ebizibu bizinze eggwanga ne bisaasana tuli mu kuzunga eddiini bagisudde ngamba abo ngambye ebizibu bizunze eggwanga ne bisaasana tuli mu kuzunga eddiini bagisudde abo walala bulijjo mumanyi bwe mbayita mbagabira ebintu nyabula sikyayinza ebintu nabiganye nze
Dr. Jamil, my Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, you also have to be there to sign.
في هذه العجالة تسمحون لنا أن نشير إلى أهمية توقيع العلاقات بين الجامعة الإسلامية وجامعتين، جامعة داكا من بنغلاديش وجامعة جامعة من غانا، والمدير سيوقع الآن. The signing will be taking place in the next minute, and it is witnessed by Dr. Jamil Serwanga, the Vice Rector of the Islamic University in Uganda, in charge of academic affairs. وعندما يوقعون نريد أن نذكر وجود عدة الوفود التي تمثل عدة الدول، وسوف نقرأ الدول سريعا لضيق الوقت، ونطلب من ممثلي الدول أن يرفعوا أيديهم تحية للموجودين. We will now take brief recognition as the signing is taking place of the selected representatives of different countries, and I request when your country is mentioned, kindly raise up your hand to be seen, or you may stand up for others to see you. In our midst we have countries as follows. As follow here we have Gambia, Togo, Turkey, Ghana, Chad, Bangladesh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, المملكة العربية السعودية. دكتور صالح شرفنا بكم. The Republic of Sudan, Nigeria, Kuwait State, Mauritania, أهلا بك. Egypt, مصر العربي, Azerbaijan, المغرب, Morocco. أهلا بالأساتذة. Morocco brought so many professors. The United States of America, Cameroon. Thank you, Professor, all the way from state via Paris. Had a very long journey. Yemen, Libya at the peripheral, Libya, and Uganda. But there is a unique country I've forgotten called the Islamic Republic. I've made it the last one for a reason. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And we have Brother Sajjad Parvaz and his team. Thank you so much for supporting. Pakistan is where the OIC meeting sat to ratify a proposal provided by the late Field Marshal Idi Amin Dada to start IUIU in Lahore. And we have the Pakistan ambassador here, or the attaché, and those are some of the countries. If I've forgotten any other, kindly forgive. Locally, we have several dignitaries. طبعا عندنا we have the third, second deputy prime minister, Honorable Kiana Kadama. You have seen her, a member of parliament from Mayuge. We have also Honorable Huda Oleru, Minister of State for Defense, in charge of veterinary affairs, and an alumnus of the university. We have also Honorable Nkunyinji Muwada, Shadow Minister in the opposition, and also we have in our midst His Eminence the Second Deputy Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waisa. We also have His Excellency Ambassador Professor Dr. Badru Dungu Katerega, Vice Chancellor, Kampala University. We also have Professor Sulaiman Katende, Commissioner Tourism Board. We also have His Excellency Ambassador Isaac Sebulime, Uganda's ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ambassador Sebulime Isaac Ishaq, Safir هذا البلد إلى المملكة. We also have Professor Umar Ahmad Kasuli, the Deputy Vice Chancellor from Manchester Royal University and the former Director of Graduate Studies at IUIU. We have His Excellency Dr. Ahmad Sanusi from the Republic of Sudan and the head of IICO, International Islamic Charity Organization. We have, I've just seen His Excellency Professor Muhammad Pezamihigo, the Vice Chancellor of Kampala International University. He's a former Vice Rector of IUIU, and several other dignitaries. I beg to end here because of time. All of you are kindly honored and respected, but His Excellency Al-Hajj Abdul Nur Sekindi, the profession officer at the OIC and the president of IUIU alumni, is here. I beg and request him to say salam from wherever he is. They are deans and heads of departments and directors of the Islamic University in Uganda. I beg and request that you kindly raise up your hands wherever you are as hosts of this program. Deans, you can kindly stand up. Deans, directors, team, IUIU team, family, IUIU family. Al-Shukur, Mwanyarada, Misaada Dr. Suwait Kabari, the US University Secretary, Council Hamza Sewan Kambo, several others, mashallah, Dr. Kasozi, Wal Jamii. The last person is Al-Haji Mufti, Haji Muhammad Kalisa, Director Hijaz Community Sako, who is Haji Kalisa.
Emmere yaffe eyawukana tugende Pakistan tebalya yagaitiina batekolesa emmere yaffe enyambala yaffe ekiro bye twatulizise eddaga